What's going on, guys? It's the Crypto Lark here. Today we are going to be discussing BioCoin. Now this is the first project that we are looking at in this week's segment on Russian-based coins. Now of course we do need to talk about this a little bit because it is a part of the crypto space that is much under discussed. So we're going to be looking at what BioCoin is trying to do, what they're trying to solve as a problem, and whether or not it is a decent investment, of course, or not. Before we get into that, quick shout out to everyone who is hitting that like button and subscribing down below to the channel, guys. I really appreciate everyone's support for the channel. And of course, if you want to support me over on Patreon or Steam it, that would be super awesome as well, guys. So thank you so much for that. Let's get into it. Now, before we look at BioCoin specifically, I think it's worth mentioning some of the background here. Now, previously in Russia, the cool thing to do was to buy everything European. European cheese, European meat, European everything. Just everything. Then the political drama happened. And the food sanctions were issued by Russia as a way of fighting back against European sanctions against Russia. As a result of that, food imports of things like organic meats, organic fish, organic cheese stopped almost overnight. In response to that, there has been something of a food revolution happening in Russia, with small farmers, organic farmers, really being able to bring their products to market and have people interested in buying them. And I think that's fantastic, because moving forward on a global level, we really need to think more about buying locally. As nice as it is to have mangoes 365 days a year, I probably don't need to have them, right? Or as nice as it is to have all the things that we consider to be totally normal. Some of these things we could source locally and be better to be sourced locally. We just might have to pay a touch more for an organic product, for example, but it's worth it in the end. We do have that money to spend an extra, 2 cents on an apple that was produced locally to support a local farmer instead of supporting, farmers in America, for example, whatever it might be in that situation. So that's where BioCoin is coming from. They are trying to partake in this food revolution that is going on currently in Russia. And so how are they trying to do that? Basically, BioCoin is a loyalty program. So this is from the LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw company, which is like market stall, if you want to call it like that. But the LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw company, they are a farmer cooperative based in Moscow, and they wanted to introduce a loyalty program. And now look, LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw made the headlines a few months ago when they started accepting Bitcoin at their stores, and they've taken it a step farther now. They've decided to issue their own coin, the BioCoin. And so what this coin will do, you can go into the shops that support it, and they've got quite a few shops already supporting it, because LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw already had a big network, and they've convinced everybody in their network to start accepting these coins and using these coins. So it's already working. People are already exchanging these coins. They put out like 20 million of them or something, not a large amount by any means. There will be a billion issued in total, but they've had these 20 million circulating around to test the network, see if people are interested in it, and they have been. And so they decided, let's do an ICO and get more of the coins out there on the market, which is pretty cool. Look, as far as disruptiveness goes, this is not a brand new technology. It's not a super disruptive technology. It's not going to break the bank, rethink the way the world's working. But it certainly is nice. It actually really gives people incentive to go to these organic shops and to buy things there. It gives people the incentive to, support these small farmers. And the small farmers, of course, win as well because they can also receive BioCoins. Now, this is a 10% cashback program paid out in BioCoins. You can pay in the local fiat currency, obviously Russian rubles in Russia. But this is not just in Russia. They have partners in the USA, Italy, Germany, Japan, and even Armenia. I love Armenia. Armenia is amazing. And 200 plus small farms are already involved in this. So they're already working on it. Transactions are already being made. It's already moving back and forth. And if I go into, for example, LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw and I buy some apples, for 100 rubles. Well, I'll get 10 rubles worth of BioCoin back into my BioCoin wallet. And the wallet's super easy to set up. It's a one-click, boom, installed, easy to go. I bought $50 worth of BioCoin just because when I go back to Russia next time, it'll be next year probably, I want to go and see if I can use BioCoin somewhere. I want to see what the process is like, and I want to have some BioCoin. Well, it's potentially super cheap, so I bought some BioCoin, and I'll hold on to that until I go to Russia next time. So they've got it fully up and legal, running to within the current framework. That must be said, the current framework of Russian jurisdiction, which is good. They are planning on bringing out a BioCoin Mastercard, which let you spend your BioCoin as you would fiat, but it's very specific to BioCoin. I think it'll also let you spend Ethereum and Bitcoin on that card, but don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that, guys. Also, it's really great because one of Russia's biggest farm machinery manufacturers is accepting BioCoin. And so as a farmer, if I sell my apples to LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw can pay me at least partially or completely in BioCoin if I so elect to. And then I can wait for the value of those to increase, then I can go buy a tractor, for example, using the BioCoin that I got paid for part of my apples, right? I think a smart farmer would still take the fiat, but you know, if you look at what's happened to the Russian ruble over the past couple of years, it's taken massive hits as the price in oil, for example, has gone down. So I think cryptocurrencies are very attractive for the Russian market because you see something like Bitcoin, which is increasing in price every year, where the ruble's going down every year. Your salaries are staying the same or even going down, and yet Bitcoin continues to go up. And I know we're not talking about Bitcoin here, but it's representative of the cryptocurrency market. That value tends to increase. And they've got a pretty good model based on how they want to increase the value of BioCoin. So basically, the more businesses that come on board with it, and you know, you get the marketing and all that stuff that comes along with it, so people are going to want to come to your business because they want to spend their BioCoin. They've been going to LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw. They've got their 200 BioCoin that they can now spend, and they, you know, look on their mobile app and say, oh, well, this fruit shop down the street, they actually take BioCoin too now. So I'll go down there, I'll spend some of BioCoin because I've got this money for free as part of my, you know, rewards program. They're calling it consumer mining. So it's a cute term. I do like that, actually. And so, you know, the network will spread like that. And of course, the more shops in the network, the more demand there will be for the BioCoin itself. They're projecting about 1.2 million people will be using BioCoin by 2020. And that's a pretty conservative estimate in my mind. And I kind of like that it's a more conservative estimate. Usually in a white paper, you see estimates that are more like, we're going to have 30,000% growth. That's going to be amazing. You're going to be a millionaire next week. They're much more conservative, actually, in what they've said. Part of this model reminds me a little bit of Metal. Metal's got a 5% payback as well. You can also gain by doing proof of stake. It's a 5% yearly proof of stake return for you know, verifying transactions in the blockchain. So that's nice as well. There's lots of ways to earn using BioCoin. Stake part of them, spend part of them. That's great. That's great. So I'll you know, stake mine, and then maybe by the time I get to Russia next year, I'll have 5% more coins. I'll have $55 with BioCoin, of course, based on what I bought today. Okay. One thing to consider as well is their great team. Boris Akhimov is the sort of the leader of this project, and so he's the big driving force behind LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw, and he's a very prominent food figure in Moscow. So I have no doubt as to the validity of this program that they're trying to run here. You know, he's been talked about in lots of different foreign press. He's quite the figure in that space. He's also won the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award and all that stuff. So look, these guys are very serious about their project, and I think it's a good project because it incentivizes people to use their coin. It incentivizes businesses to use their coin because they'll get people coming for that reward program. And as a business, I could say, okay, well, I could just give people a discount, because essentially that's what you're doing. You as a business have to pay to buy BioCoin, and then you give that to people as a discount. But because you participate in the BioCoin network, people are going to come back to you and spend BioCoin at your shop. So it kind of comes back and forth, and instead of just losing 10 or 15 or 20%, which I might just give as a regular discount to some kind of loyalty program, I can give them this, and there's a decent chance they're going to come back and actually spend that money with me. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool for sure. Now they are partnered with this Bitcoin ERC-20 So we're going to be talking about Bitcoin tomorrow, but this is a Russian cryptocurrency. So we're going to be talking about that a bit tomorrow, but they have partnered with this company as well, but they're also accepting Ethereum and Bitcoin, of course, because why wouldn't you accept Ethereum and Bitcoin? They've got a 1 billion coin cap, which, you know, as more and more businesses do adopt this, it will see, I think, a fairly decent price increase. Right now, you can get them for 2 US cents per coin, so it's a pretty gosh darn good deal at the moment. You can come over here and check them out on Twitter if you want. They've got a very inactive Twitter at the moment. So this, of course, is their English Twitter. So maybe their Russian Twitter might be a little more active, but nevertheless, I thought I'd just show you guys the English Twitter here. So it's not very active over here in the social media, but I'm sure that LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw has got a lot more activity going on with it. If you do want to check out the ICO, if it is something that you think is interesting, I'm pretty sure that Americans are allowed to participate in this one. Whether or not you'd want to, that's a different question for you. But they don't say anything about that. I think the last concern on their mind is the Securities and Exchange Commission in America. So it's something you guys can think about. This is one you guys can participate in. Amazing, amazing. Okay. So also, of course, the current price is 50 bio to $1, as mentioned, 2 US cents. That will be going up in the near future. They've got an English page here. You can just click on it there, but it's obviously in Russian and French and Chinese, so you can check that out too. Now you can pay Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin as mentioned, Visa or Mastercard. I paid in rubles for mine. I got paid in rubles, so I paid for mine in rubles. So that was pretty cool. Actually, pretty nice to be able to pay for something in rubles, not in dollars. Quite nice. Quite nice. Now look, it is not all sunshine and roses with BioCoin. I do have to tell you guys there are some, you know, fairly decent risks involved with participating in such an ICO. One, because this is a rewards program, will enough businesses actually participate in this to make it high value? Now look, they're trying to raise $15 million from their ICO, which is a decent amount of money by anyone's standards. Will enough businesses be using this? Will enough consumers be using this? Now look, Russians are into cryptocurrencies, absolutely. But will they adopt BioCoin? That's necessary, absolutely necessary for this to happen. So that's one thing. Another thing to consider is if BioCoin doesn't work out, imagine you're that small farmer in Siberia and you take half of your payment in BioCoin for your apples, right? And then the price of BioCoin goes to hell because not enough people are using it, and you've lost half your money. And, you know, you commit suicide and all this crazy stuff. I don't know. I'm not going to take it too far down the rabbit hole of theoretical speculation what might happen to small Siberian farmers, but that is a real potential that the small farmers might actually lose out on the back end of this. But I imagine that any farmers who are actually participating in this are probably up to speed on what is going on in the crypto space and, you know, are at least somewhat aware of, you know, the risks in cryptocurrencies, I would hope anyway. One thing, and this is more of a personal thing, even though I did invest $50 in this project, is it's mostly non-vegan. I know most of you guys probably don't care about that, but most of what they are focused on is, you know, milk and dairy and all this stuff. And, you know, as a way to revolutionize the world, this may not be the best way. I think we need to move past those things in the long term. But that's, you know, that's just me, guys. That's just me talking about that stuff. But that's something to keep in mind as well. They do talk a good game about, you know, trying to be good for the environment and stuff. And yes, farming locally is good for the environment. The fewer food miles your food has, the better. Organic food practices are amazing. you know, big agriculture has got a lot to answer for when it comes to the acidification of the oceans and all the rest of it, guys. You know, that's one of the reasons I wanted to talk about LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw, is that they actually are proposing to do good things, even if I don't think they go far enough from my perspective. Just keeping it real there, guys. Okay. And of course, the main benefits for BioCoin assume that there is a positive growth model. Now, like I said, they've got a fairly realistic growth model. They say they've got about 50,000 users potentially by the end of this year, right? Just through LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw, and with their partners by the end of next year, they should have a few 100,000 people on board, and by 2020, 1.2 million people. That's a fairly conservative estimate, considering it's 150 million people in Russia, not to mention all the other countries where they would like to be operating. I think they've got a lot of potential, but again, the models are realistic, but all of the benefit of BioCoin depends on that positive growth model actually moving forward and people actually adopting this coin. Anyway, all things for you guys to think about. Oh, one other thing I did forget to mention, they are also looking at a microcredit network to help finance you know, small farms in Siberia or small farms in small towns. LguhPERjTXenBqe5gjaKgJn9CHZmP4AJKw themselves have actually you know, adopted some small towns in northern Russia and helped renovate them, and you know, take a town that was on the verge of death and bring it back to, you know, being a productive and useful place for people to live. And that is great. You know, dignity, living in a small community is hard in today's world, without a doubt. So that was one other thing I did forget to mention a bit earlier. Anyway, guys, what do you think about BioCoin? Is this a project that seems interesting to you? Is this something that you would invest your money into? Hit me up in the comment section down below, guys. I know you will. I love the conversations that take place down below in the comments section. It's one of my favorite things about posting these videos, so make sure you hit it up, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.